Yeah, it'd be helpful to have her in. Invite to speak. Okay, I brought Miss Leo in.
Hello.
Okay, we ready?
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
All right. So honestly, it's kind of hard to even contain my excitement for these three announcements we've got. We have three huge changes that we've made / new announcements that we've made to what we got going on before launch. A couple of them were based on community concerns, and so we addressed those community concerns, and I'm really excited to tell you guys. I got to be honest, pretty fucking hyped. So the first one being is people were saying, what are we doing about bots? Now, for those of you who don't know, every single time a new contract is created, a lot of bots automatically buy in, and they also track volume of that. And if there's a lot of volume on a new launch, tons of bots buy in, and then they sell, in like 15 minutes or 30 minutes or however long they stay in, and they can suck up tons of ether from the starting buys. I read one case where they bought up $1 million worth of tokens and sold them for $5 million like a couple hours later. So what are we going to do about bots? What are we doing about bots? A lot of the tokens that say that they've done something about bots haven't exactly been candid. So we wanted to talk to the best of the best of the best in the business. And although it did cost a pretty hefty amount of money, we partnered with Ferrum, which is basically the top of the line in bot prevention. And what Ferrum is going to do for us is it's going to track upon contract creation and upon when we actually drop the money into Uniswap pool. They are going to basically use their diagnostic tools to figure out which purchasers are bots and blacklist those buyers from selling. So essentially their WETH is locked in our liquidity pool forever, and those bot owners can never get their money back, just permanently adding money to our pool. We thought that was pretty fucking cool. So that announcement is the first one. Are there any questions on that, or anyone on the team want to add anything?
Just to voice it a different way for people who have heard of contracts that are called honeypots, what we are essentially doing is honeypotting the bots.
Yeah, exactly. The bots buy in, and then they can never actually sell out. All the tokens that they purchased are effectively burned forever because they can't transfer them out of wallet either.
I could add a little detail to that. So purchases are in blocks. They're in like large groups of purchases that happen all at once, and that's dangerous because there could be smaller purchases and larger purchases in that same block. And when a human makes a purchase, it takes time for that purchase to go through. The bot takes advantage of that and does like an immediate transaction, so they can make money in that same block or group of purchases by being faster than kind of any human and take advantage. And I think on average with the Ferrum service, they save 600,000 in liquidity, and it just gets added to the pool instead of being removed from the pool. So instead of getting added, or instead of getting stolen from the pool, it gets added. So that's a net benefit average of like $1.2 million that would just disappear and all our buyers' money, and we definitely don't want to see that happen.
100%. Do we want to field a couple questions on that addition there? Techno, are there any questions in the question chat?
People are treating it like general chat right now. They're having conversations. There's a few though.
Someone had the question, if it works, why doesn't every new coin do this? A lot of that has to do with funding.
Yeah, so this is a very intensive process. It has to, basically, you have to add a couple lines to your code. You have to manually blacklist the bots with the help of software that points them out to you, and you have to click to do it. And it required Ferrum, the team that made it, obviously they had to do tons of research that went into it. So their price tag, let me tell you, is not cheap, but we got a deal worked out with them, and really happy to have done it. So, you know, the people that come up with these types of things aren't obviously offering their services for free. Any other questions on this service there?
Some of them are asking if this bot branch is just for the launch or forever.
It's just for the launch. So the launch is where the majority of that liquidity gets stolen, because they buy upon the creation of new Uniswap pools and visibility of traffic at the beginning. So there will still be front runner bots that do happen in the future. But you know, the thing about front runner bots is they usually steal like 0.02 WETH or something like that. And they don't usually steal, they're not able to steal at the rate that they are for new launches, because when a new launch happens, as we can all tell by the hype on this coin, there's going to be, you know, hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars coming in here. So those bots are going to be able to on launch, like Mastermind said over the Oracle. He said, you know, this saves an average of $600,000 to $1 million in liquidity. That's how much they can take from us at the beginning if we didn't have this service.
So I see the question, how do they identify the bots? They've done tons of research and development, and they have developed a software to spot the bots.
Yeah, so essentially what they do is they look at some of the diagnostic tools, and bots are set to use like higher gas fees and different types of slippages and different GUI, and they use certain numbers. And those numbers stand out because obviously they seem like automated, like a human wouldn't put that number in. It's very obvious from that perspective. So their diagnostic tool scrolls through the list of new buyers, and it basically pulls out the ones that have those red flag numbers, so to speak. And then you manually blacklist them. One thing I did want to add is that this means that in the first, I believe 10 minutes of launch, it does block sales for that first 10 minutes. So that those bots cannot sell out during that time. But as soon as that 10-minute window is over, the first 15 or first 5 blocks of sales, selling is then re-permitted after those bots have been blacklisted.
I highly recommend y'all going and reading up on Ferrum. They're a great company, and just check out, read into what their bot prevention really does.
I
in more detail.
I could add a few details on how it works. They look at the speed of transactions because the bots kind of perform faster than any other transaction. They actually, right when the token's launched, within like milliseconds, they start making purchases, and no human would be able to do that right when the token is launched. And the other thing is they have, from all their other launches, they have a list of, I think, all the wallets or buyers who are known bots. So they have a massive list of that, and they could pull anything suspicious from your launch and then compare it to that known list of blacklist bots and kind of handle it that way as well. And they also find more bots in our launch and they add that to their list.
Yep. I think if there's no more questions on the bot, we can move to the next announcements.
I did see one more question in the sense of, has this been tested? Yes, Ferrum has worked on, 90 plus launches? Is that correct?
It's definitely over 10. I don't know how many launches, but
It's
yeah,
definitely over 10. Okay.
They have
Worked
Yeah.
over 90 launches with different types of services because they have all types of services to work on launches. But for the anti-bot, they've worked on 10 launches, but most of them were like very large, solid like coin companies.
Yeah, the
crypto
anti-bot, I
companies.
believe, is their most expensive service, right?
I
Right,
believe so, yes.
Yes, their most expensive service, of course.
And it also means during the launch, we'll have another dev on hand that's done at least 10 launches and other support people from the Ferrum team.
Yeah, they help you with your launch too, and any questions you might have because they've done so many launches, whereas like the average dev, it's their first, second, third launch, and so they've seen it all and kind of know all the things that are going to help us make this as smooth as possible on Saturday. I think we can move to the next announcement. If
I
everyone's
think
good,
so.
are we good?
I think so.
All right, so we started the price pretty high at 0.00321, and people were saying that price is really high. Like I'm not going to be able to get that many coins. Like the liquidity doesn't match that. There was a lot of questions surrounding that, and the reason that we started with that price was because we wanted the coin to be valuable. We wanted it to be sought after. We didn't want people necessarily to be buying the entire supply of the coin and holding it hostage. But people wanted a lower price. And although it technically does hurt our wallets, we listened. We listened to the community and we did what we had to do. So this is kind of a two-part announcement. So we are dropping the official price to meet the community's requests. Then this means a lot of things, and we'll talk about them. But the new price, if you want to get your pen and paper or your typing ready, the new price is 0.0002, which is 2 10,000ths. So that price was lowered so that people could, have a better shot at getting basically more of a multiplier on their investment. And the early investors are going to benefit most from this because you guys are going to be the ones that are in first, right? After we trend on DEX tools and all that, like over the course of the week, we're hoping that all the other buyers come in and want to FOMO in, and we want to make sure that our buyers are getting in at the lowest price possible, and it also makes it work easier with Uniswap. So that's obviously a big announcement that we're lowering the price, but we did it based on what the community wanted, and also to basically help our tokenomics. So, is there any questions on that? I'm sure there might be. Or anything anyone on the team wants to add first before we take questions.
Seeing a lot of hype in chat over it.
Nice, yeah,
Good
I
hype.
thought so. I mean, these are three fucking amazing announcements. I've been wicked excited to share them all day. Like,
Yeah.
lowering the price, anti-bots, like what's next,
Seems like a lot of people are requesting to speak. So, I mean, if you guys want to wrap up the AMA questions and we could just allow people to speak one by one, we could probably do that now.
This is the second announcement. This is the third
Yeah, we
announcement.
still
Okay.
have
Yep.
another announcement.
Okay.
So maybe we can take a couple
That's the
written
whole thing?
questions.
You're not paying attention.
So there's no questions in the general chat.
Oh, there's a lot of questions, but
Oh, what do you got? Feed us some of them.
Some are asking for marketing plan. So what are the next steps?
One, we want to take any questions related to this price change, if there are any.
We could announce the third announcement and then just open it up to an all and everything, and there'll be questions about everything because the next one is tied into it.
Go ahead, Funk. Make that third announcement.
All right, people love burn. Burn is a fun meme. People love to see tokens burn. So in addition to lowering the price significantly to 0.002, 0002, sorry, there's 3 zeros and a 2, we are going to burn 350 million coins of the starting supply right at the beginning. And We are doing that to help the coin to grow bigger and to be more successful. And because we're lowering the price so significantly, we want to make sure that the coin stays valuable, that the coin stays sought after. We want to make sure that you early investors are going to see, you know, your investment pay off, because you guys have been sticking with us from the beginning, and we want to see that, you know, we want to see your wallets grow. So is there anything that our team wants to add with regards to that?
Really, the only thing that I would add to this is, you know, we've been saying it over and over. You've heard it in the Telegram, you've heard it in the Discord. We keep talking about how our first milestone is going to be that $1 billion market cap. So when you start looking at where the price is going to start and where the price is going to go to, anyone and everyone who invests right when we launch, or even invests on day one, you are going to be the whales of the Matrix Samurai, because the price is going to have so much more potential to grow because of what we've made in the changes to the initial price, as well as this new burn.
Well said, sir. Well said. Yeah, it's, to be honest with you, it's also an incentive to hold longer because, like, you know, there's obviously the redistribution and the burn function in addition. So if you're holding on to this coin, like this coin is going to become very scarce and very rare really quick, and we're allowing you guys at the beginning to get quite a bit of it. So like if you're one of these early investors, like I, you know, I'm not buying in, obviously, because we're part of the team, but I wish I was.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we discussed with the price decrease. There's gonna be buy, maybe sells, gonna be more distribution and kind of more burn, a lot more transactions occurring. The supply is going to go down faster, and more token is going to be redistributed to the people that are holding.
We want to definitely avoid, you know, some of these other coins that are having these early dumps. We want to like keep going through that first week. I mean, we have other things coming up, new white paper revisions, new marketing stuff. Like we have things in the pipeline the first week, the second week, the third week. We don't want that done. You know, we want it to keep on fucking going. So let's hype this shit.
And one thing we already discussed is into the contract we could have added a limit to buy, so no whale could buy too much. But we've been watching Crypto Moonshots and like kind of studying other releases. We've seen about 15 releases lately where they limit all the buys and tons of people buy in, and they make it sound good, but then it's a rug pull, and we really don't want to have anything that controls our buyers or slows them down or affects them.
So to sum up, we got anti-bot programs so that our ETH doesn't get stolen, and in fact, their ETH stays in our pool and adds to our values. We got a price decrease so that the community can get more coins. You know, honestly, at the starting price, it's very easy to get more coins than a lot of us have even now. So we want to like even the odds through the whole community. And we got burn to increase the trajectory of the token over time.
Anybody seeing any new questions in general chat on any of those topics or announcements?
We can open up to voice, I think, right, Techno?
Yeah, if you want to come up on stage and speak, just click the request to speak. We have one right now. Oh my God, they're rolling in fast. Okay, well, I'll go in order. So we got Knocked Owl 805. We'll bring him up.
Sounds good.
Hello. You're muted.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just had a question about the burn. As far as burning 350 million of the supply at the beginning, about how long do you plan for the burn to continue, if not indefinitely, and when you think you might stop around?
Well, the burn is a function that's built in, I believe, forever, and Cowboy can probably speak to that. He's a software engineer. But the thing is that the way burn works is kinds of forms like an asymptotic relationship. So as more coins get burned, the transaction values are smaller, like less coins are going to be coming in and out because the price is going to be raising. So less coins are going to be burned over time, and eventually, as the supply diminishes and it becomes more and more valuable, it's going to take more and more sales to really have that burn start to be a significant number. Like the burn dwindles down kind of over time as the sales get the smaller and smaller coins and coins moving around.
Noctel, were you asking about the 350 million burn? Or were you asking about the burn when people buy and sell?
I was just talking about overall, because 350 million is a lot, and I know for a 1 billion starting cap. I was just curious if there was like a plan to stop later on.
Well, I
Maybe
mean,
Cowboy can speak to this. Cowboy.
At this point, the only burn that's planned is the burn that we're discussing here. There is a 3% burn that on transfer, so that's gonna happen perpetually. That's written into the contract, and every single transfer on the token itself will have that 3% burn. But mathematically, it's impossible to burn all the supply because it's only burning 3% of any transaction. So over time, as the the circulating supply decreases, that percentage of burn will decrease. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword here. You'll have that one initial burn that we're discussing, the 350 mil, and then you will have that 3% burn on transfer. So at the moment, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that is the only like batch burn that we will do.
Oh,
Yes, that's correct. We're going to burn the 350 million all at once, and then the regular burn on transactions will happen over time continuously.
for example, like whenever someone, like once the price gets high enough to where, let's say, like thousands of dollars buys only 1 million tokens, only 3% on the transaction of that 1 million tokens will get burned. And then as the price goes up to where thousands of dollars buy 1,000 tokens, only 3% of that 1,000 tokens will get burned when on the
then you're burning-
transaction.
Then you're burning 30 tokens instead of 30,000 or whatever as it gets later.
Exactly.
Can we get someone else new up here for a question?
Yeah.
We take a.
Oh, look, we got another Akuma. We got another Akuma. Look at that.
There can only be one.
We'll bring Akuma up here.
Maybe just leave him on our team because Akumas seem to work. All right.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
So I just got a question about the whole bots thing you guys were talking about. So could you repeat what you guys said about for the first 10 minutes there won't be like any buys that go through? I missed half of that.
No, sorry, there won't be any. You can't sell within the first 10 minutes because of the
Oh, you
software
can't.
that we're essentially using. So you can't sell. So basically what that's doing is it's preventing the bots from selling out that pooled ether as they jump in. So it basically holds the bots in prison. We diagnose them, we basically diagnose which one's bot, which one's owner based on the speed of the transactions and other things that are symbolic of bots, like certain numbers and such like that a human would never type into their keyboard, for example. And then we blacklist them so that owner cannot sell or trade his tokens. So the tokens that bot buys will be forever stuck in his wallet.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we got Fog Death Reaper.
Hello.
What's
Hello?
up, Fog?
Hey, Fog.
Oh yeah, a quick question. So in terms of the 1 billion cap, if I'm not mistaken, you said that's a starting cap, so that means more will be released later, or I'm trying to understand that.
Well, a billion market cap is just one of our big milestones that we want to hit, and eventually we want to go beyond that because this is going to be a project that we want to do for years, and we have more exciting use cases coming that I've actually already started doing some research on how to make it happen. I don't want to spill the secrets all now, but that's just one of our milestones, hitting a billion market cap. And
But Fog, I think he said cap, but he was asking about supply.
Mhm.
Did you mean the supply
Yes,
at billion?
Yeah, the supply.
So-
Yes, the
Yeah,
supply,
so for this launch, we're being more kind of a decentralized launch where the community controls everything. So we're just releasing all the tokens all at once. And that, I guess, that reduces the chances of us rugging. We didn't mention this, but we mentioned it in chats and other things. We're also locking all the supply that's owned by our team, and we're releasing all the supply and putting in all the liquidity. The chance of rug pull goes to like close to 0. And yeah, we're releasing all coins at once. It's a billion minus the 350 gives you 650 million. And we're never releasing additional tokens. You do have the burn and the redistribution that keeps reducing that full token count. But that is an important thing to know.
And rewarding holders and people who don't sell. But if I could just even add one more thing to that, is that just to clarify, we're locking the liquidity pool tokens for 8 years because we never plan on pulling the liquidity. And in terms of our team wallets, we hold 15% of the supply, and we will be locking between 13 and 14% of that supply, and using the other percents for marketing reasons and otherwise. But we, want to be really transparent with the community that we want to show you the locks, and we want to keep everything on the up and up.
Yeah, this is Cowboy. I'm going to say one more thing about the supply. When the contract gets out, and you guys have the chance to review it, there are no mint functionalities in that, so you guys can review that for yourself. So the 1 billion total supply will be finite, and that will never change. So it's truly just deflationary in that sense, and we will not be minting new tokens ever.
Okay, and then one more quick question is, I didn't understand someone that was saying earlier, are y'all going to limit the amount that Wells can buy?
No, we're not going to limit any
No,
amount.
we're not going to do that.
Okay. Okay. I didn't understand someone that was saying something about limit earlier, and I was just trying to get clarification. Okay. Thank you.
I just said we looked into that. We decided against it.
All right. Next person up is Shaq187.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah.
So the token contract address that's going to be released across all platforms, social media and the website at the same time.
Yes, that's the plan. I think Cowboy might inform you too. The website might take an extra couple seconds. I think the social media and the Telegram and the Discord will all be at the same time. We're trying to keep things secure even internally, so we're just letting only the people that operate those social medias to know exactly when the coin goes live, and they're going to have the messages pre-written and release the contract and the announcement all at the same time.
Yeah, we're going to pre-cook a deployment for the website. That'll be out, but there could be some latency during the deployment process for that. So you may want to stick to the Telegram channels, Twitter channels to get the latest.
And I know it's a question that's come up a lot, and so I'm just gonna front run it a little bit. When we're announcing it throughout all the different channels, Telegram, Discord, Twitter, obviously we're gonna make a major announcement. But for all of the iPhone users and Android users who are trying to copy and paste that token address from where we announce it into Uniswap to transact as quickly as you can on launch day, we are going to make sure that we do a single post with just the token address to give everybody that ease of access so they can quickly just click on the token address, copy it to their clipboard, put it into Uniswap, and begin their transaction.
I think we were going to freeze some of the social media platforms so no other messages could be posted. Is that correct?
We're gonna mute, yeah, we're gonna definitely mute the Telegram and the Discord. And I don't know if you can, I assume, yeah, we can freeze Facebook. I don't know about Twitter, but we will do our best to freeze all those for sure.
Got it.
One of our primary concerns is making sure nobody gets confused with a scam address or a fake contract and they do not buy legitimate Matrix Samurai.
Yeah, that's why we want you to wait exactly for our announcement with our contract.
Got a lot of people requesting right now. Next up is Godsu. Oh, there he is.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey.
How's it going, fellas?
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing much. So my question is basically with the bot. So you guys said the first 10 minutes you're going to lock out sales, and that's going to be the time where pretty much it's going to be focused on finding the bot. Why do you guys not think it would be better to lengthen that time period?
To do less than that time period?
Oh, you said
Lengthen.
lengthen it, make it longer?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we have it's funny that you mentioned it because it's like exactly my thought when we were in the meeting with them. Like, why not longer? Like, we could do this. Like, we should turn this on whenever we see a front runner bot, this and that. But the software only works with the first 5 cells, first of all. Second of all, that's when the majority of the bots buy in anyway, because they front run. You know, they buy ahead of the contract. As soon as the Uniswap pool is released in milliseconds, they're sending their buys in, and then as they see more volume coming in over the next couple of minutes, they're going to be coming in like crazy, throwing in tons of ETH. Honestly, I think my guess is the bigger the launch, and the more money that they see going in the first couple of minutes, the more WETH they throw in, which is all going to get locked in our pool, and it's going to be in our liquidity forever. Go team, go.
Yeah, this is Cowboy, and I believe that they are really targeting those first 5 blocks on the chain because those are the ones that are most predatory. And they anticipate on average that takes approximately 1 to 2 minutes. And so the 15-minute duration that we block cells is really an analysis period where we're reviewing the bots, we're adding to a blacklist. There is a well-defined list of bot addresses that exist in the Ferrum database that they've aggregated from previous launches. We're going to be doing some correlation between that. And then there's obviously some automated tests on the transaction itself. Obviously, the speed of it, is it happening at the mempool? Things of that nature where it is uncharacteristic of a human to be able to execute that type of trade. And those are the guys that we're targeting. Is it going to be able to stop bots perpetually? No, but those bots that did get banned from during those first 5 blocks, they will be banned forever. So they will not continue to trade. But this is not a long-term solution for front runners. Ferrum does not offer a service like that. They're exploring it, but they don't have a viable product at this time.
Alrighty, thank you. That was my question.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Next up, we got Tom Doc. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, there he is.
Hey guys, I appreciate your time and everything you guys are doing. I've got 2 questions for you. One, the dev-locked tokens, about 13 or 14% wasn't quite clear, but how long are those locked for? And then the second question is anti-whale. Can you expand that a little bit? I appreciate the expansion on the bots. I do wish there was a longer term solution for the bots, but work with what you have. So anti-whales and dev-locked for how long?
Yeah, so I can speak to the locks. I'm not really sure what you mean about the anti-whales because I don't know. I guess I'll ask you to clarify on that. But essentially, we are locking our coins for at least 2 months. Some of us that have smaller portions than others, based on just roles and responsibilities, will be unlocked first, and then those of us who have more and bigger responsibilities will be unlocked later. I want to really emphasize that just because those become unlocked does not mean we're planning to sell at that time. What it is a safeguard to let you guys know that we're in this for the, the more than immediate short term, and we want to push on through, and we'll probably announce further use cases. Well, we definitely will, and more announcements at that time. To really confirm to the community that just because these are being unlocked now does not mean that they're being sold now. Does not mean they're being done now. What it means is that we're going to be doing more use cases, and we might need some of those funds for that, and obviously, to survive too. So.
Oh, you mean flip food on the table and stuff? Cool. And then the anti-whale situation. It was my understanding that you guys were invoking some sort of mechanism, either to limit buys or to, I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe it was the amount per transaction or something, in order to, dissuade whales from owning and putting, launching and going and buying, transferring 100 ETH, 1,000 ETH into it or whatever, right? 100,000 ETH or whatever.
Yeah, so originally we had decided to have the starting price higher, and we got a lot of feedback from the community to have the lower starting price, and that was our mechanism to kind of keep whales out, make it expensive for them, but it also keeps smaller buyers from getting a larger percentage. And we've recently been studying other launches where they use the anti-whale and just limit buys. But even those ones, you can still place multiple buys and kind of buy a lot over time, and even use bots to buy a lot over time.
Yeah,
But
an easy workaround. An easy
noticed
workaround to that is 15 wallets buying, 15 or
15 big purchases. But we noticed a lot of those were rug pulls recently. They were limiting buys on large amount of groups of people, so they wouldn't kind of, I guess, get angry after they got rug pulled. It was kind of a scam. So based on our research, we decided not to use anti-whale in our software.
Okay, thank you guys.
Also, the lower price does give everyone the option to become a whale as well, even the smaller buyers.
Yeah. But just to make it clear, that was one of our tougher decisions. Do we do anti-whale or do we not do it? And it was a close one.
And I think a big thing here, I think a lot of this is are we setting ourselves up to be whales? And I think that even distribution among Samurai, where we have a low holding count ourselves. I think that's really it perhaps gets miscommunicated where the anti-whale feature is really us really kind of describing ourselves not being able to be whales ourselves, and that could potentially get miscommunicated.
No, do you want to pull up another?
I think Funk was trying to talk, but he was cutting out a little bit.
Okay. The Techno, you want to pull another person up for questions?
Yep. Next up is Baby Doll Mia.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I don't know if they can hear me.
We
Yeah,
can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Baby doll? Hello?
I can hear you guys now.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so what do you guys suggest the slippage and gas fee be?
So I don't think that we can, basically tell you what your slippage should or should not be. The only thing I can tell you is that the minimum, my guess is that, and Cowboy can speak to this, is 6.5% is the minimum, because there is 3% burn and 3% redistribution function on our coins. So you're going to set the slippage to at least 6.5%. However, I know that everyone in the chat is raving about this because maybe this is their first big launch that they're buying into at the beginning. And a lot of the experts say do 50% or do basically as high slippage as possible, because what happens is if someone is buying at the same time of you and their transaction goes in first, then your price for your coin is raised because the transaction cleared. And then if Uniswap can't give you the amount of tokens it told you it was going to give you, then it will reject the transaction. And then maybe 10 more people buy before you get your chance to buy again. And so you wish you had set that slippage higher. So that's kind of why people are saying set the slippage so high.
Yeah,
Okay.
regarding gas, just fast gas.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Good luck.
Next up, we have a Mr. Underscore. Nice.
I think someone in the chat said set your slippage to YOLO, but I don't know what that means.
Nah, I'm Kid Boo. I don't know how I got a question in here, but here I am.
Dude, don't fuck shit up. Kid Boo destroys planets, man.
Kid Boo is hungry right now. Super hungry. Overall, just give us an insight of what the future holds for these early investors, because I mean we're all putting in money and whatnot, and we just want to know where it goes. And are you guys secure enough to handle what we're throwing in? Is my question.
Yeah, well, the good news is we have 19 founding samurais, so we're a huge team, and so unlike other teams that have one dev that's just trying to manage the Telegram, trying to manage the marketing, trying to manage the socials, and just getting completely overwhelmed, we got a team of us who've been working together for many months, and so we all know each other's personalities. We work together really, really well. We are kind of a well-oiled machine. You know, someone's handling Telegram, someone's handling our social media, someone like Twitter, someone's handling Facebook. We have one person in charge of a lot of different things, and we've actually really set ourselves up like a business, to be honest with you. Kind of first time I'm actually saying it like that, but
We're absolutely
yeah,
a business.
so with the future, we have short-term, medium-term, and long-term use cases. So we're in the long haul. I mean, you can read about a little more about it in the white paper, but one thing that can't be slept on is immediately right off the bat, we're going to be doing tokens of the week. And token of the week sounds like, oh, it's just some like, little thing where they highlight a token, but that's not the case. We're going to blow up. We're going viral. So I think people are going to pay us a lot of money to be token of the week. And we're not going to put that money in your wallets. We're going to put that money into the liquidity for you guys. And we're going to basically be expanding not only our own fame, because we're going to be exposing ourselves to those entire other communities of other tokens. We're also going to be bringing them up and giving a good reputation everywhere. So that's short term. What do you want to say?
Okay, fair enough. All I'm trying to say is there's obviously people that aren't in, the New York State area or the East Coast. So when it comes to the drop, how exactly can, maybe the smartest thing to do is to drop a timeline, or just, figure out, what the time frame is so everybody can get in evenly. I'm on the East Coast, straight up. So I know it's 10 to 2. We gotta maybe put different, time zones up there. That way everybody has an even playing field. If that's fair to say.
Well, there's great idea, man. There's also 24 time zones, so kind of a plus to
but it's not that hard to calculate time zones, bro.
Exactly. So
so you're saying we should lay out lay it all out. That way a smaller
everybody
time
knows.
frame, and then a whole list of time zones.
No, just lay out the time zones. Just do the math. It's basic math.
So he's saying
West Coast,
he wants
so
24 times per time zone and just
Got
lay
it.
it out. All right,
Lay
yeah,
it
that-
out there. That way everybody has
Easy.
an even
We can do
playing
that.
field.
That's not too
Not-
hard.
Easy. Yeah. And another thing is that we have a formal press release coming out in the next 24 to 48 hours, and it'll announce more specific launch steps, and you guys can follow that and have a better idea of the specific plan. So we'll outline that in detail a little bit more, which have to crystallize a little internally, but that'll be coming prior to launch, and you guys will have an opportunity to review that.
And then I could add to your previous question. We're actually a team of marketers from other coins. Across all of us, we've worked for almost 30 coins, studying what works and what doesn't work. And we're taking everything that works for promoting and marketing a team and kind of building up our own community and putting that all into this one coin. So we have a tremendous amount of marketing and promotional experience and experience working with CEOs and devs of other coins and seeing where they get stuck, where they have problems, and what works the best for them.
All right.
We get
I
another
think-
question up here?
Yep. Next up we have Outraged.
Well, he sounds kind of negative. I don't know if we want to pull him in.
Yeah, leave it pass.
Outraged.
Yeah, Rich, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yep,
Yeah,
we got
we
you.
Okay. I'm not entirely negative. I was just trying to ask about pre-sales. Do you know how many pre-sales? Not necessarily for, but just for whatever.
There's no pre-sale.
Yeah, we decided against having a pre-sale. It's just a fair launch and release of all supply at once.
So there's no like I don't know what's the best word for it. Friends and family thing where it's where shares or tokens are given out to certain individuals here and there.
We have the team and marketing in combination. Can you mute your microphone? You get a lot of feedback, Outrage.
Muted him real quick.
Okay, thanks.
Outrage, can you mute?
He's muted. Go ahead.
He's muted.
Okay. Yeah, the 15% tokens are split between the team and the marketing wallet. Who the team and the marketing are us, and that's more intrinsically what it is. But what you do know is that we're locking 13 to 14% of that starting 15%, and we're putting the rest into the pool. So internal operations in terms of what money goes where within those amounts is neither here nor there. It's being locked. So
Okay, so there's a billion, I think, supply, and then you're burning 350, so that leaves 650. So how would any kind of disbursement prior to launch, how would that affect the total supply for the rest?
well, there's no disbursement after launch. There is the 15% is being held and locked, and all the other 500 million is fair sale.
Okay, gotcha. How long is that 15% being locked?
We answered it before, but it's in a tiered system where essentially the earliest coins unlock in 2 months, and then some of it unlocks later, depending on the amount of coins that each person and them holds.
Yeah, so it'll be a cascading lock, right? So we're not going to unlock all 15% at once. We'll be locking.
Yeah,
small
because
batches.
that would trigger a massive dump, and because we don't want that to happen, we want to do it unlock in an organized way, and never actually slaughter the cow. We want this thing to go on and on and on. So
Okay, I was just curious. Thanks a lot.
no problem.
Thank you.
You guys want to keep taking questions?
Yeah, keep them
Maybe
coming.
Yeah, we had till 8 o'clock, I think.
All right. Next up is Starkey Arias. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, there we go.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
So I have one question, maybe silly, I don't know. Since there's already like a couple fake coins, let's say fake tokens, say contract with the same ticket MXS, is there a possibility that you guys have another one, or it's gonna be the same and that's not a problem? Maybe I was thinking like, oh, maybe you guys have another one that you're gonna reveal on the day of the launch.
No. So essentially, some people when they see a coin is blowing up, like we're fucking blowing up, we're going viral. Like they make a copycat coin with the same name to try to trick people into buying it. And we've tried to pin announcements about that. So we will not have another MXS coin. We will get. See, ours will be verified on Etherscan, hopefully before launch, so that it's basically that name can never be taken, and then it's got a symbol of verification, and it has our symbol and all that. So any other token that you see with the same name is not us.
Yeah, one best practice there is that don't take the token address from anybody other than an official source. Long term, after we get the deploy up the website, we want to centralize all that information from the site. You can get that from an official source, but be on the lookout from these announcements for us. The ticker name is more of a label. You really are going to be more concerned with the token contract address, and you just make sure you're getting that from us, from an official source, and you'll prevent yourself from getting caught in one of those copycat chains.
All
Yeah,
right, thank you.
Ferrum actually had an announcement today about token addresses, where the starting letters and numbers and the ending numbers and letters look correct, but the middle has been modified. So it's better to maybe use our official website or official communications from us to pull that address, because I guess the scammers are getting better and better at what they do.
Okay, I have one last question, and it's like, I know everybody have like a lot of technical question. Most of those answers are in the website already, but can you guys like talk a little bit more about the marketing strategy that you guys have after the launch? Like after Saturday, I know everybody want to get rich as soon as possible, but the plans that you guys have for next week, let's say.
Yeah, I can talk to the marketing strategy. So we've been involved in 30 other coins, and we see that on launch day and before launch and after launch, there's a ton of popularity, and that popularity goes down. We've also been involved in like some of the top 5 coin market cap coins, and what we see different about those is instead of the dev and the dev focusing on marketing, build out, and the social media, the community itself helps with marketing. So we're taking what we saw with those large coins, we're kind of taking it even further. We have a war room that Neo will to in a second, and then we have marketing room. In the marketing room, we're showing how to create content working together. People are creating videos, and some people are creating like visual content, and we're modifying it and giving each other hints and showing it and looking for mistakes before we release to the community. And then I believe Neo can speak to his warrior room for shilling and promoting coins. Neo, we can't hear you. I guess he can't speak. So for Neo, he's been promoting coins for years now, and he's a strong manager. He builds out teams of macro shillbot promotion on Telegram, promotions on Twitter. He's always creating like pins and other things, and he's always teaching the rest of his community that he's growing over time, using individuals within our community to kind of build them up and make them stronger and stronger. So like we're starting with 17 people who are the strongest samurai that kind of grew up through other coins. But as our coin grows, we're going to find more and more samurai within our ranks and move them up the ranks as they become better and show more skill. And if we ever create a future coin, we're going to take the most skilled people who create the best content, or they're the best shillers and marketers, and give them a percentage of that coin for what they've contributed to this Samurai Matrix token.
And in addition to that, we might have NFT rewards. We might have early information access to token of the week, and hopefully a couple other rewards as we think of them. But yeah, we really want to build a community, which we think we're doing a really good job of. We have tons of people who stepped up, and some people are doing cooler stuff than even we're doing. So
Yeah, we really focus on community growth and kind of just working together and learning from each other and growing, because one person can only do so much. And we really respect art and skill and the ability to shill, promote a
I mean,
coin.
that's our goal, is to build an army of 10,000, 20,000 or more marketers, man. Like every single one of us becomes like a marketer for our own coin. Like that's how Shiba coin grew. That's how community coins grow. You know, like just take it, spread the word on the street.
All right, thank you guys. I'm looking forward for Saturday.
All
And the
right.
lump. And the lump.
All right, great. Let's get another guy up here.
Next one up is Hank Roll.
Hello?
I guess he dipped out. Okay.
Last question here. Last question, I think.
Bella WJ81.
Yeah, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sure can.
Okay, so I know this might be a stupid question also, but so you're burning a percentage of the tokens, and you said that's going to be before the launch?
Yeah, that's going to be before the launch.
So so if you burn them before the launch, that affects the price not at all, right? That wouldn't help anybody except for the fact that there'd be less tokens, right?
Yes, but it essentially does help the price scale more, because say you buy 1,000 coins, so it helps in the long term. So if you buy 1,000 coins and then someone else puts let's say $100 into the coin, that $100 gets spread out between 500 million coins instead of 850 million coins. So when people buy after you, that money is going to be spread out in less shares, essentially. So it helps the long-term growth of the coin.
Okay. I felt like it was a stupid question, but I figured I'd ask. I do have a quick follow-up that I couldn't find your official web page. What is it? What is the name of it?
MX Amazon.
mxsamurai.com.
mxsamurai.com. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
All right, should we do one more, or are we good?
So your call.
I'm free. Let's do it.
L Diaz 987.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
What's up?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So I saw that you guys were going to be releasing the contract token address earlier. Is that true or no?
As of right now, the plan is to release it on launch. Originally, we had not done so for security reasons, but we are talking it over. So the plan right now is that we're going to release it on launch, but we have to take a lot of things into account with that.
Okay. All right. That was all I wanted.
Fair enough, man.
Thank you.
Keep going.
We have time for one more.
Ms. Fuego 11.
Hello.
Maybe get someone different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it difficult.
Oh no, not make it different.
Oh no.
What the hell, man?
By the way, if you guys keep clicking the request to speak, it just drops you to the bottom of the list. So I see you guys clicking them. Yeah. and then it stops. Okay, I guess no one wants to speak. We'll just keep going down the list. Stan Ivanov.
I don't see them joining.
We'll just keep going down the list. MSF Fanatic. There we go.
Yeah, he's in.
Welcome.
What's up? We can't hear you.
Hello.
Hi.
There you go.
Hi, we can hear you.
Still can't hear you.
Nope.
There you go.
No, that was me.
Those jumps through each of those times. Maybe
Yeah.
pull one
Oh,
more.
was it really?
Yeah. Maybe pull somebody else.
Yeah, let's get 'em out. Yeah, send your message to us. We'll get it to you, buddy.
VJL. VJL. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing your names wrong. Welcome.
You're on
Be
mute,
sure to
Joe.
unmute your mic.
Hey, just a quick question. I don't know if somebody asked. My worry is like it launches up really good, so people put in money, picks up really well. Then it lays flat. So unless somebody has good marketing strategy or some sort of a good advertisement, things won't really move. You guys have anything planned for a long term, like trying to host a show or trying to put it in a public domain like that? So what's the plan about it?
They're both actually really good ideas.
You
Yeah,
know, there's one part to this that I can talk a little bit to if you like. A little bit of the plans that we have to encourage not just buying, but buying and holding. So one thing that we have talked about one thing that always kills a coin or creates a pump and dump. Token of the week is one of our early plans. Beyond that, we're developing incentives and reasons to not just buy Matrix Samurai, but to hold it, and not just hold it, but want to keep on adding to it so that you keep climbing the ranks of top holders of Matrix Samurai. And this is a reward system that we don't have all the details yet because it's something we're still getting the numbers figured out for. So this is just kind of a high concept to give you an idea of what's coming. But the idea is that as there are community members who are adding to their wallets and climbing the ranks, and also people who are busting their ass in the servers, the Discord admins, the mods, the server boosters, the people who are helping and working every day, there's going to be added benefits to those people as well as the high holders. Because when there's a token of the week, what's the first thing we're all going to do when we announce the token of the week? Everyone's going to run to the token of the week and buy it before it gets pumped and advertised and shilled everywhere. So what the Matrix Samurai provides is the ability for you to know that there's a token that's going to be advertised and marketed and promoted, and to run over to it and buy it so that you can take advantage of a lower price. Part of what we are going to be implementing for our higher holders and our moderators and our people that are helping in the Discords and doing things to be active members, part of the Samurai community, there will be a tiered list of who gets those announcements of who is the token of the week. And again, we don't have the exact details yet. If that means top tier Samurai will get it 3 days in advance, and then middle tier will get it 2 days in advance, and then there will be the general mass announcement to everybody else. those are things and details that we're still kind of figuring out the math on and figuring out what is right, what is fair. But there are going to be those opportunities. So there's more and more reason to not just buy Samurai, but hold it and add to it, because you're going to want to get those token of the week announcements sooner and sooner so you can take advantage of the lower price.
Right, right. One is that part. The second one is I was thinking about the ease of buying token. And I don't know, so if there are many people who buy it on Uniswap, Robinhood, for example, like you have like any plans of platforms like that. So it's a easy access. More people get in, the value rises up really fast. You guys have any plans like that? It like accessible platform.
Yeah, we're definitely starting off on Uniswap for the launch of our coin, and we agree it is a little harder to buy, especially for new people. And then as our coin grows and we build the money in our marketing wallet, or from the sale of NFTs or other ways of raising money, creating new tokens, we'll definitely work on listing on exchanges where it would be much easier to buy our token. That's definitely in the future plans and the roadmap we'll be laying out.
All right, thank you guys. Sounds interesting. So I'm looking forward for it to Saturday.
We pull in someone else for questions.
Next up we have Maestro.
Maestro, we can't hear you.
Nope.
Looks like you're unmuted, but we can't hear you for some reason.
Hello.
Oh
there
yeah,
we
we could hear you now.
Just regarding the token of the week, you guys said you get marketing money for the token of the week and you put it into the liquidity pool. How do you know that the money are going into the liquidity pool?
You mean like, how are we going to prove it?
Funk, I think you were cutting out a little bit.
Yes.
Maybe Frankel, you could answer that. He was talking about token of the week and how is that gonna add money to the liquidity pool?
Right. So other tokens are already bidding for the placement to become the token of the week. So we're still working on first bids of who's going to be token of the week and how much we're going to charge or how much they're willing to pay, because we have different tokens competing and bidding up each other for that placement. As to that transaction going into liquidity, addresses are public. All things can be seen in Etherscan. I don't want to speak too much for the other members of the team like Funk or Cowboy, but I don't think we would have any problem showing proof of transaction by either taking screenshots or taking a short video to show to everybody, just to prove we're doing what we say we're doing. When we receive those funds from the other tokens who are paying us to be the token of the week, we're going to take those profits, turn around, put it into the liquidity pool. So you will see that actually happening, that we are doing that to raise the liquidity pool, subsequently raise the market cap, and that we're doing that to benefit all of you, not putting that money into our own pockets.
Thank you. Can I have one more question? Can I ask one more question? What is the main utility of the token?
Well, we've talked a bit about that at this point. Again, early use case, the early main utility is going to be that token of the week function. The Matrix Samurai functioning as a well-oiled machine working together to market other coins and promote other good, legitimate projects that we've vetted. As to other utilities in the future, all we can say is the sky is the limit, and we have all of our options available to us. We're not discounting any other options for the future.
Yeah, one of the things we've done in the past is market other coins, and that's what helped us create this coin. We had shilling and marketing services across Telegram, Facebook, Twitter, social media build outs, and marketing creation, white paper creation, article creation. Right now, we have all our samurai focused on building this coin and the launch and build out of community and teams. But in the future, if we get basically overloaded with samurai and people with skill, we could charge money to market other coins like we have done in the past. And at the same time, as we've been marketing those other coins, it builds up our social influence, and our samurai get more and more followers on Twitter and other social media platforms, and our social influence grows, which helps Matrix Samurai token grow in price.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your answer.
You guys want to keep going?
I'm here for my samurai. I'm ready.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have Justin R90.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
So my question is, with the price change you guys just did, the initial burn, someone could jump in right at the launch with 50 or 75,000 and essentially hold half of the supply.
I think it would take more than that because we're putting in 90,000. It's getting us about 15% of supply. And as that buyer's buying, it's going to push up the price higher. So the price doesn't get set in stone. And it's going to be tough for that buyer to be the first possible buyer. So there's a lot of factors that would make that difficult to come true.
Yeah, can I speak to that too?
Yeah, you can speak to that.
All right. So essentially, when you are the first buyer, there's a significant price impact on the coin, and essentially, like if you're trying to put in 50K or 25K in the first coin, only the first coin you buy is at that initial price. So you're not going to get 50K worth of coins at that initial price if you buy at that initial price, because there's that thing called price impact. You probably run into it when you went on Uniswap. So there's that. There's also the addition that everyone's going to be competing with each other. People are going to be setting high slippages, and as those tokens get bought up, the price is going to go up, and it's going to be harder and harder to get a massive supply of those tokens. So the price is lower, but that also gives the opportunity for a smaller buyer to, actualize their dreams. And, it gives a chance for someone putting $500 in who's not going to receive those notifications saying like the price impact is 200% or something like that. They're going to get a significant amount of tokens, and actually they have a better chance at it because when you do buy that many tokens, it gives you a couple warnings, a couple prompts. It says you have to type in confirm if it's above a 10% price, whatever. That's going to slow those people down, hopefully. Additionally, if some bots ever do buy in early, those funds are going to get locked in there and stop some of those early whales, hopefully. So.
Okay, yeah, no, that explained a lot. I didn't really think too much about the price impact like you described it. That was helpful. I just heard when you guys first made that announcement, I was happy in it, and I'm sure a lot of people were. I saw a lot of people saying to the effect that, oh, the price was too high. I personally like where you guys did it, but I'm excited for Saturday still, nevertheless.
Thanks, man.
Great.
I actually did want to speak to that other guy who asked about the exchanges. My mic wasn't working, but we have been contacted by, I think, the rank 30th exchange or something like that. I think it's too early to do an exchange. I also want to mention, like, what does an exchange benefit from picking up a coin that you could get on Uniswap? Like, wouldn't you want to buy it on Uniswap? Because an exchange is simply, in my opinion, a middleman that is going to take money somewhere down the line, whether their exchange mysteriously goes out of order when we're hitting a pump, or whether they're holding and selling coins or doing sketchy things behind the scenes. So I only want to, and other guys have talked about this too, we only want to use top 20 exchanges like Robinhood. You know, we want to get on the best exchanges and not just put them on any little rink-a-dink exchange that no one uses, because that actually makes us look less professional, in my opinion. So we are saving up and hoping to hit the bigger exchanges down the line. But Uniswap as an investor is your best bet because you have the keys to your own car. You know, you don't want to give the keys to someone else's car, even if there's less gas fees in the process.
All right.
Thanks. You guys answered everything for me.
Great.
All right,
Thank
see
you.
man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you.
Keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. Knock them
All
all
right. Bobby Digital, aka the RZA from Wu-Tang Clan.
out. Whoa, nah,
Oh, where'd he go? He disappeared. What
you
the
scared them away.
heck? Oh, we got EU85.
Hello, hello.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, you're muted now.
Hey.